Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Monday, October 19th. My name is Rick Boyer and I'm the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church. Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day and to center yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name and knows even the number of hairs on your head. So we pause, and each time we come together, I've been using a different psalm for our reflection and giving a little background about that psalm, lifting up a particular verse, and then sometimes it leads us to a particular form of visualization, and sometimes not. Our psalm for today is Psalm 90. And Psalm 90 is the only psalm in the book of Psalms that is attributed to Moses. That's what some say. Now, that kind of points to the idea that we should read, or it is read in light of the first 5 books of the Bible. And it probably was written in the days of the exile as the answer to all of the laments that came in the Psalms right before this about the destruction of Jerusalem, about the end of the monarchy. And it comes forward saying that God rules, and God rules without land, without temple, and without monarchy. God rules over all the earth. And in fact, the opening verse is the verse that I lift up for myself. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. That's a great thought for me, that we dwell in God. We live in God. Our home is in God. And so I invite you now, as I always do, to go to a quiet room if you haven't already done so, and close the door and settle into a chair and get comfortable. Let yourself relax. Close your eyes. And take some deep breaths. And with each breath in, feel the renewal and refreshment that comes from breathing in the breath of life. And as you exhale, feel all the stress and anxiety and fear going out of your body. As you breathe in the peace of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. And allow that peace of God, that calm in God's presence, to move and impact all of your body from head to toe. Imagine yourself in a warm tub, soaking in the water, and the relaxation that comes as you soak in that water after all of the stresses of the day. It feels so good just to lay back in that tub and to allow the warmth of the water to wash away all the stuff that clings to us that we need not be bothered with. Allow it to wash away all of the tensions in our muscles. Feel the muscles in your legs relax and in your feet as the warmth of the water penetrates your back and your belly and your chest. Feel the pains and the tensions that have been there, the anxieties and the fluttering in your stomach and the hurried up breathing, all calm. so you are calm in the core of your body. Feel the warmth of that water on your shoulders and down your arms to your hands. Take a sponge or a wash rag and feel it as you let that water wash over your face and your neck and your head. And feel the tensions melt away. You are washed in the peace and presence of God. When I was ordained as a minister, the minister who did the prayer of ordination used an old Scottish prayer. And that Scottish prayer has a traditional image that God would hold me, in the hollow of God's hand. So I invite you to stir up an image of that. Imagine the hollow of God's hand, and that you are held there in the hollow of God's hand. That it is a place of strength and safety and security, a place of calm and peace, and a place even of joy. Can you see yourself there? Can you see the hand? Can you feel the support of that hand? You hear a voice from the distance saying to you as you're in that hand, in the hollow of God's hand, what do you need to talk about? Obviously, it's the voice of God. So, what do you need to talk about? Talk about it right now with God, and I'll be quiet. And then it comes time for the conversation to end. God tells you that you are always in the hollow of God's hand, that God is your dwelling place. From the beginning of life to the end of life and on into eternity. And then you let that image fade away. And you bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you're ready, you open your eyes. Let's take a break, take a breath. If you want to talk or pray with me, or you have feedback for me, send it to rick@prospectchurch.org.